Hello and welcome. We're going to draw this diagram and this diagram today. This is 3D modeling in Autodesk Inventor. That's the first part and this is the second. So I'm going to show you how to draw this from scratch. Welcome and remember to share, subscribe and like. I'm going to select new, standard IPT in millimeters, create, start with this sketch. Then we're going to use the XZ plane. So I'm going to start with the center rectangle. From this point to this point is 60 by this to this 60 by 60. 60 tab by 60. Enter. After that, we're going to sketch these circles. So I'm going to pick these circles. Diameter is 60. And I'm going to change this to center line. For the next circle, diameter is 40. So let's draw this. Diameter is 40. Okay. Then I'm going to change this to center line. Here we have it. The next is draw. This has a thickness of 15. So I'm going to use a line to draw this from this to this. And I'm going to dimension this to 15. Then I'm going to draw a center line from this point, this tip to this tip. Then I'm going to offset it by 5. Also offset it by 5 to the other side. And extend it to touch this circle. Okay, good. So using the top part, let me trim off only this. Okay. So finish the sketch. Then what I'm going to do is extrude this by 30. Okay, then make the sketch visible. Then I'm going to extrude this to both sides by so that it is 60 both sides. Click OK. Then I'm going to extrude this and this. By 15. Also this. find 15. Click OK. So let's view it from the back. Okay. So let me sketch this, create sketch. In creating this sketch, you're going to draw a circle whose diameter is 16. Then I'll dimension it. Such that from the top it is 15. From the middle, is 35, so it is 12.5 on this side and 12.5 on this side, so that 12.5 plus 12.5 gives 25. Then we take 25 plus 35 gives 60. So it is 12.5 from this edge and 15 from the upper edge. So let's dimension. This to this is 15. And from this to this is 12.5. Then I'm going to extrude cut through all this to the other side through all. Okay. So I want to mirror this. What I'll do is mirror this, and the mirror line is not that plane. Yeah, this XY plane. Okay. Now click OK. So we have the hole. Yes, that's done correctly. Now the next part now is to draw this section that extrudes, that moves to this side, and this rib. So what I'll do is go to the origin and select that axis and make it visible. After making it visible, you move it down. Let's sketch it. Create sketch. Then so come to 3D and okay. What I'll do is, after making it visible, then after making it visible, I'll click on plane, then I'll click this, then move it downward to a distance of 30, because from here to the bottom is 30. So coming back to this section, I'll make this -30. When you have it at -30, checking at the front view, find that it is level with the bottom of the figure. Then what I'll do next now is a sketch on this plane. And what I'm going to sketch on this plane is this figure. So from the midpoint of this circle to the midpoint of this circle is 75. So that is what I'm going to consider. So what I'll do is make one of these sketches visible. Sketch to now. Yes, we are now going to sketch on this plane. So I'll make this plane invisible and this sketch invisible. So I'm going to select this plane, make it invisible. I'm going to select this sketch, no, not that one. I'm going to make that sketch invisible, and I'm going to make this sketch. Okay, no problem. Now select this, right click. Okay, I already selected that I'll sketch on it, so I'll draw a line, and before I draw a line I'll select the circle and request for the center point. This will be 75. Let's check it. Yes, it began from the center point. So let me do this. Next, I'm going to draw a circle that has a diameter of 46. I'm going to draw another circle that has a diameter of 20. I'm going to draw lines that come from this point to the edge of this circle. Then I'm going to trim this off, trim this off, cancel. I'll delete this dimension and trim, yeah, and trim this. So I'm going to extrude this by 15, finish the sketch, and extrude by 15. Okay, next now I'm going to hide this plane, work plane 1, hide the visibility. So the next step is to draw this rib. So I'm going to select not that plane, just that plane, and make it visible. Then I'll sketch on that plane. So I'm going to take a line and draw from the tip of this point to this point. Next, I'm going to draw another line from this point to this point. Then I'm going to dimension from the tip of this point to the, let me put it this way, to this point. I'll dimension it to 25. Then I'm going to finish the sketch and create a rib. Follow these. Yes, it's going to be that way. Then 10. Then select this and click OK. And here we have the rib. This plane, I'll hide this plane visibility. Then I'm going to set the color to blue. So let me select a color. Let me assume, yeah, that's how I select the appearance, though it's not exactly the same as this, but you can see that we have finally drawn the diagram. So you use the pens or the plans to sketch on the plans and make the right drawings. Thank you. Welcome. We're going to draw this next diagram using these dimensions. So let's begin. I'll go to File, New Standard Part in millimeters, Create, then start 2D sketch. I'll choose the XY plane and draw this. It is 60 by 28. Next thing, I'll draw a line. So from here to this point, to this point, then back to this point. Then I'll dimension the height to this height is 10. If from here to here, this is 14. Okay, then from this point to this point, this is 10. Then from this point to this point, this is 10. Then I can trim off this. So we want to extrude this, and I have to understand the dimensions. From this point to this point is 60. Then to this midpoint it is let's make an analysis of this diagram. From this edge to this edge it is 22. Then from this edge to the midpoint of this rib is 8. So halfway is 22 plus 4, that is 26. Meaning I have to add 60. I have to add 26 to 60 so that I find from this edge to the midpoint here. So that is 86. So I'll extrude it by 86 and progress with it. Then we'll continue. So I'll finish the sketch and extrude these by $86. Okay. Sorry, I made a mistake. I'm going to extrude this by 60 plus 52 because we're going, this is from this point to this midpoint is 86 plus 26, that is 112. So I'm going to extrude it by 112. Going to the back. 112. Okay. After the extrusion, come to the XY plane. You make it visible. Then you select plane. Then you move this at a distance of 86. No, it's negative 86. Yeah, at that point, then you click okay. Then what we do next, we're going to hide this, so the XY plane, no, this one, then you hide it, you make it invisible. Then you're going to work plane, this is the work plane, you're going to edit our sketch on this plane. So you click create sketch. When you create sketch on the plane, what you're going to do is draw this to a height of 60. So I'm going to draw a line from this point to a height of 60. Then click this point and click this point so that we have that. Let us progress by drawing this circle with a radius of 52, radius of diameter of 60, and the other with a diameter of 32. So I'll click this front and draw a circle, diameter of 60, then another circle with a diameter of 32. Then I'll trim off this cancel, delete the dimension, trim off this, cancel, okay, I'll delete this dimension, so I'll trim off this too. Okay, after doing that, I'll finish the sketch and extrude first, extruding this section. I'll extrude it by 52 on both sides. Okay, then the next is show the sketch, sketch 3, make it visible. Then I'll come and extrude this section by 68. And there we have it. Okay, so I can hide this sketch. I can also hide this plane, work plane 1. So the next part is to draw this circle. So first I'll create a sketch at this point. I'll draw a line from this point to this point. Then I'll dimension each such that from this point to this point we have 24. Then come to the top and draw a circle with a radius with a diameter of 18 at the midpoint of this line. So the midpoint is highlighted in green and the radius is 18. Then I'm going to use this as a construction line. This is a construction line. So I'm going to, let me trim this off, this side and this side. Extrude, cut, flipped through all. Click OK. And there we have it. So checking from the top view, you have it. So I'm going to move to the next part, which is drawing these features on this other side. So the first thing I'll do is draw this section, then draw the rib, then extrude this side. So find that it's beginning from this level. So I'll first use this plane and check the level of the plane. Yeah, it is at level, the midpoint, which is 14. So I'll move it higher to this point. You can make this visible. Then measure from this to this. It is a minimum distance of 14. Click done. So we're going to move the plane by 14. So after highlighting it, after making it visible, you come to plane. Then since this is the plane that you're picking, you move it upward by, you drag it upward. We're going to drag it by 14. Then click OK. After that, now you make the XY plane invisible. It's the XZ plane. You make it invisible so that you have this plane you can use to sketch. After creating the work plane, next we're going to draw the sketch. Let's proceed. First, I'll draw a line from this point to the other point, then use that line to determine the center point. So I'm going to draw this line from this point to this point. After drawing that line, I'm going to draw a different line using the midpoint of the line. Yes, this is the midpoint. Then I'm going to draw it at 0 degrees. The line will be 50 plus, let's say 50. Let's start by 50. For that, I'll click escape. Then I'm going to offset it by 16. This is 12 plus 4. So I'll click offset by 16 on this side, and also by 16 on the other side. Click enter. Then after that, now I'll draw a line joining these two from here to here. After that, I'll draw these circular points, the diameter of 16 and with the diameter of 32. So let me draw this diameter of 32, then also draw a different one with a diameter of 16. Okay, next is after reaching this point, we're going to trim off some of these lines. Go back to sketch, trim. I'll trim these, move this dimension, then try to trim again. Okay, next is trim these two, then make this one a construction line. After making this the construction line, now we extrude it. So click extrude, then select the faces. We're going to extrude only downwards by 12. And click OK. Then we have to show the sketch clearly, make the sketch visible. Next is extruding this, and this one we're going to extrude both sides by 24, and that's how it will look like. Then you click OK. Okay, the final part is drawing this rib. So I'll use which plane is this? Let me first hide this work plane, plane 2. Click on the visibility for it to disappear. Then you can also make this sketch disappear by clicking on visibility. There is a work plane that we've used before. We're going to let me make this visible. So I'm going to draw using this center point. This center point is 60 plus 22 plus 4. So I'm going to move it 86. So what I'm going to do is click plane and move this by negative 86. And click OK. Then I'll make this XY plane. Sorry. Then I'm going to draw a sketch on this. And this sketch is drawing a line from the tip of this point, this tip, and make the line tangent to this. So I'll make sure it is tangent by clicking this. It should be tangent to the circle. And I'll click finish. Then I'll click rib and select this and select this and select the dimension to be 8. And click OK. Then I'll hide the plane. Plane 3, visibility. Okay, next is highlighting the figure and giving it color. So I'll highlight this and give it the yellow color, glossy gold. And there we have the figure. Thank you. Please remember to watch and subscribe for more lessons. Have a nice time.